Good morning and welcome to Expansive Intellect. Today we're making some quiche. And what we got here is we got some russet potatoes. If you have diabetes or anything like that, you're going to want to stay away from russet potatoes because they're high in the glycemic. They're about 120, 110, 120. You want to go with the red potato. You don't convert it to as much sugar. It's right around on the 50 scale of the glycemic index. Then we got some good beets right here. Give us some iron, some carrots, some garlic and onion, some asparagus. I left the tips long so that way we can use them as a pretty garnish on top. And then we got some kale, some arugula, and some red cabbage. And we went ahead and cracked 5 eggs. And this right here is some local cheese that comes from some free-range grass-fed dairy cows, which is really nice. I like to get it in a big block. You save money that way. If you really shop around, you can get a good deal. We got that for $5 a pound, which is a steal compared to a lot of cheese. What I did was we went ahead and preheated our cast iron pan. Now, whenever you're cooking with cast iron, you're going to want to preheat it. I'll go ahead and turn my temperature up a little bit. I keep it on the lowest setting to preheat it while I cut everything up. What that does is make sure that the heat is evenly distributed across the pan. So we'll start off with our potatoes. Your pan's nice and hot. Just throw our 3 diced up medium-sized russet potatoes. Throw them in there. And we'll just want to cover them up and let them sit. Now when I preheated my pan, I also left the lid on there, so the lid is nice and hot. Let me just balance this. This lid is actually to my Dutch oven, not to the pan, so it takes a second to get it just right. But anyways, when you preheat your cast iron top as well, what happens when you get to the end and you're making your quiche and you put it on the low heat and you got your egg in there cooking, the top is hot, so it works like a little mini oven and it helps kind of get the cheese nice and melted and everything working real good. You can see there. Starting to cook there. Want to give them a good stir. And with this lid on there, they're steaming up quite nice, which is good. It kind of does 2 things. They get fried a little bit with the oil, but then the water that's trapped in the potato that's released by the heat condensates and re-releases, steaming the potatoes in its own juices, basically. So it's kind of 2 for 1 deal. What we're going to go ahead and do is whisk up our eggs and add a little milk to them and get them ready for the quiche. So to have some nice fluffy eggs, add a little bit of milk. We like to use organic. And that's right around 2 tablespoons of milk in there with 5 eggs. Okay, get those. We like to use nice farm fresh eggs. Our neighbor has chickens, which is lovely. We get to get our eggs from her. I recommend finding a neighbor with chickens. We go get our eggs nice and whisked up there. What we'll want to do is throw in some salt. This is some Celtic salt. You can see it's a little bit more clumpy. It's thick. Give it a good pinch in there with the eggs. Put some nice salt. And we'll crack some fresh pepper in there. Alright, let's go ahead and add some veggies. So we'll take our beets, carrots, and we'll add them first, and our asparagus butts. Well, stems. Go ahead and toss them in there. Now some people might put their onion and garlic in at this time if they want it to be a little bit more of a mild flavor and you just have an accent of the onion and garlic. I, however, really like the flavor of onion and garlic. So I like to wait until the end to put it in. We'll go ahead and save our little spears or asparagus spears till the end as well. There we go. Just get them in there. Pass this around to the potatoes. If you have kids, beets are an excellent thing to add into your food because they give it such a beautiful color. They turn everything a red and a purple, and mixed with red cabbage, it'll actually throw even more colors on your food, so you get all these cool looking colors you'll see in the end. And for some kids, that's appeasing to the eyes. It looks like it's been dyed. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful rainbow of color? We'll go ahead and add our greens. These cook pretty quick. Nice. Go ahead and toss them right up in there. Another little pinch of salt to help hold the water out of the greens. Helps them wilt and everything real quick. Good to eat lots of greens, get a lot of chlorophyll in your body. Chlorophyll is pretty much the same as blood. The only difference is it holds a magnesium element instead of iron, like our blood. Our blood uses iron, whereas a plant's chlorophyll uses magnesium. So what we can do is we can absorb chlorophyll really easily and change the magnesium. We take out the magnesium and replace it with iron and build our blood. There we go. It's just about wilted to perfection. Now's the time I like to add my garlic and onions right before we add the eggs in. So go ahead and put those in there. Give a nice little swish around. Smells delicious. Go ahead and give our eggs another nice little whip. Just pour them right around. There we go. And then we'll mix it up real quick. Just an initial mix to get the egg coated on all the veggies and everything. It's all nice and round good. And use the back of the spatula. Push it flat. Just like that. Get all the egg in there. Looks good. What we will want to do now is put the cheese on top. Nice slices of cheese. Go ahead and just toss them around. Oh, excuse me. We want to turn the heat down quite a bit so it's on a very low simmer because you don't want to burn those eggs. Get that cheese all around. Nice and cheesy. Alrighty. And then, as a decoration, we'll take our little spears and just simply place them in a nice little fashion. Make a little 5-pointed star. Beautiful. Put our lid on top. And just let it cook nice and slow. Alright, look at this. That delicious perfection. Go ahead and serve up a nice little plate of this. It smells delicious. I wish you were here with me. There we go. Look at that beautiful quiche. And then just top it off with just a little bit of cilantro. And it's ready to serve.